As one of the most dominant fighters of all time, there's always been an attentiveness for what rounds Khabib Nurmagomedov has lost. Officially in the sport, Khabib has lost 2 rounds, the 3rd round of Conor McGregor and the 1st round of Justin Gaethje. For this video, we're going to be looking at if he actually lost these rounds. Now, of course, through the judging criteria, effective striking and grappling trump all. That means damage is going to be above everything when it comes to striking, and for grappling, the closer you get to submitting the opponent, transitioning into dominant positions and stuff like that are going to be awarded heavily. So let's start with the 3rd round of Khabib versus Conor McGregor. The first strike of the round, Conor lands a pretty good jab that shakes up Khabib. We're going to count this as a medium attack. Afterward, he was able to intercept Khabib's right motion with a pawing left hook that gets partially blocked. Because of the combining dynamics of the punch, we're going to count this as a light attack. Another light jab from Conor McGregor, and he again intercepts Khabib's left movement with a left hook to the body. As you can see, the punch gets under Khabib's right guard. Now it's Khabib's turn. He lands an intercepting jab. Conor continues with that same motion later. It connects with the left straight to the body, trying to target the midsection. He actually lands to the groin with a push kick, does not get warned for the blow at all, even though Herb Dean is looking right at what happened, and then he advances forward going up top with another jab, and further tries to intercept Khabib's left motion again, but this time switching into the orthodox stance for a left hook that gets mostly blocked, but some of it gets through. Khabib returns with a light jab of his own, then later a leg kick, scaling the cage a bit in order to get Conor to fall into a lead uppercut, and as he targets for his own right hand, Conor quickly gets under the punch. It connects with a clean left counter that rotates Khabib's head. They get into the clinch, Conor's able to land a light elbow and then attacks the body with a pretty good knee that gets a reaction out of Khabib. Khabib advances forward with a jab, and as Conor is backing away, he's able to land a jab of his own, only for Khabib to walk right through the punch, tank it completely, and then bombs Conor with the right hook that backs up Conor McGregor. This was the biggest shot of the round so far, and the biggest shot I believe Khabib landed in that 3rd round. Continuing his aggression, Khabib was able to land a pretty good right straight, bouncing off Conor's forehead. And as he shoots in for the takedown, he lands one good shot in the clinch. But in the clinch is actually where Conor is able to outland Khabib. He lands 3 good palm strikes and 3 good knees to the body. Khabib then is trying to disengage away from the clinch from that knee, and Conor is holding on to his glove. This has actually been missed by a lot of people. By holding on to Khabib's glove, he keeps him in range for him to connect on Khabib with a slapping right hook. Again, Herb Dean does nothing about it. It's like every time we watch the fight, we see more illegal techniques getting used by Conor McGregor. And then Conor is able to land his biggest strike of the round so far as he leans to his right for a highly leveraged right uppercut that pops Khabib's head up. Definitely gets a big reaction out of Khabib, and as he's trying to get away, Khabib was able to keep Conor off of him with a pretty good jab, but then later actually able to land an even better one with more power that snaps Conor's head back. Continuing with the output, he wings over a big right overhand, but he doesn't connect with the knuckles, he connects with the side of his hand, almost like where the thumb is, which decreases the impact of the blow. That's why you saw Conor able to shake it off pretty quickly. But afterward, able to land another snapping jab that gets a good reaction out of Conor McGregor. Then Conor retaliates with a left straight that glances just a bit but does have some good impact. Khabib gets back at Conor with a jab, and Conor returns with another left straight that glances just a little bit as Khabib is still moving his head. Khabib advances forward and lands an out of position overhand right that decreases a lot of the impact of the blow, and then they both again exchange shots on each other. Conor lands a jab, Khabib tanks the punch and lands a left hook of his own that backs up Conor McGregor. This was actually a pretty good shot. They exchange yet again. Khabib gives Conor a Dagestani slap as Conor returns with his own left hook. Neither of these blows really having any impact on each other. But as most of these exchanges have been in pretty close range, Conor wants to keep his distance a little bit more. As you've been seeing, Khabib is able to exchange with Conor in close range. So Conor lands a thrusting front kick that gets a good reaction out of Khabib and pushes him away. Getting Khabib at that kind of range, now he's able to use his jab a lot better. They both get into the clinch and Conor grabs onto Khabib's shorts, which throws off his balance a bit, lands a knee to the body, a left slap, and then a glancing right hook. Khabib was able to get back another jab of his own, and then later as they get into the clinch, Conor lands 2 shots there, and Khabib secures, I guess, a takedown. Now, he trips out Conor. He gets about a second and a half of control on the ground before Conor stands up. According to the rules, the way they're written, this would not count as a takedown. Just like that takedown for Colby Covington didn't count when he took down Kamaru Usman. And in this fight, officially, this takedown was not scored for Khabib. So this actually shows some consistency on what scores as a takedown. Now, something interesting here, as many times as we talk about Conor cheating in the fight, Khabib did actually land a low blow on Conor that didn't get counted as well. So I guess there is something that Khabib did in the fight that Herb Dean also overlooked. Conor lands a palm strike in the clinch, as Khabib lands a punch of his own. Conor lands a knee in the clinch, and Khabib retaliates with another punch. Conor gets in there, 3 knees to the body, Khabib tries to disengage, lands a glancing right hook, as Conor yet again grabs onto Khabib's glove, as you can see right here, grips into it, to not allow Khabib to disengage away from him. He lands another knee to the body because of this, then lands an elbow to the back of the head, grabs onto Khabib's glove again in front of Herb Dean, and Dean does nothing about it. And then Conor ends the round landing a knee in the clinch as he's still grabbing onto the glove, a punch over the side, and literally by the end of the round, Conor is still gripping onto the glove. We could count exactly 25 seconds of Conor holding onto Khabib's glove. That is another reason why he was able to land some of these shots in the clinch. But ultimately, when we tally up all the strikes and all the damaging shots, Conor clearly won the round. They had a similar amount of medium and heavy strikes, but Conor greatly overtook the light strikes, had much higher output in the round, and most of them came from the clinch, which you also know. From the clinch, Conor was holding onto the glove for many of the shots. Just as an experiment, if we take away the shots while Conor was cheating, this is how it actually looked. Yes, a total of 13 strikes from Conor McGregor was either while he was holding onto the glove or the shorts, or because he held onto the glove or shorts, making the fight a lot more even. But even still, what we're doing here is we're judging the fight by the most accurate way possible. Conor would still have edged the round, but in real time, the judges most likely could have saw this round as a draw. And then we get right into the first round against Justin Gaethje. Gaethje starts the round off landing an inside leg kick. The impact isn't as much because Khabib actually jumps away from the kick, decreasing the impact. The second one does a lot more damage. Gaethje lands another inside leg kick. Khabib is attempting to move away from it, but you can see the impact of the kick blast Khabib's leg outward. Now this shot is very hard to see if it actually lands. Gaethje backsteps, gets into a readying stance to throw an overhand right with all of his power. He throws it, but as you can see slowly, Khabib is turning his head away from the punch, and as the punch goes through, there seems to be no impact of the punch actually landing. In real time, it does look like it may have landed, but in slow motion, you can see Khabib turning his head before the punch even gets to his head. So we'll come back to this punch if it actually makes a difference, but as it looks, I don't think it lands. Khabib lands a really good jab on Gaethje that stops him in his tracks, but then Gaethje lands an outside leg kick that causes a great amount of damage on Khabib, blasting to the side his stance. Khabib enters with a jab and moves to his left to get away from the inside leg kick. It still does connect, but not with a lot of impact. And Khabib again puts on the pressure and lands another jab. Then Gaethje wings out there another big right overhand, but this one definitely connects with some pretty good impact. Khabib with a light push kick. He doesn't really rotate his hips all the way through to get maximum extension, but then also able to land another light jab. Now another pretty hard punch to see due to the camera angle, but Gaethje is able to parry Khabib's lead hand to create an opening for his right overhand, but Khabib again, you're able to see him move his head with the punch, which makes it hard to see if it actually lands. We'll come back to the punch if it makes a difference. Gaethje lands another hard leg kick, and then they both exchange kicks on each other. Khabib a push kick to the body, and Gaethje with a leg kick. Khabib then lands a hard jab. Gaethje does slap him a little bit, but man, I don't know if we should even count this. I mean, he wasn't even attempting to slap him. He was trying to actually pulse to create distance, so I'm not really going to count this. Now, a moment that a lot of people thought Khabib landed a knee, it actually does not land on Gaethje. It bounces off of his guard, and as you can see, the knee never connects to the head. It gets very close though. Khabib lands another jab, and then Gaethje is able to land another leg kick of his own. Most of Gaethje's damage is coming off of these leg kicks. Khabib is hunting down Gaethje, putting a lot of pressure on him, intercepting his right movement with a left hook. Jab from Khabib, returned by a leg kick from Gaethje. Khabib lands another jab, pushing Gaethje back a bit, and then off of a measuring left hook, he connects with a hard right straight, the biggest shot for Khabib in the fight so far. Khabib lands another push kick to offset Gaethje, then later lands 3 jabs on Gaethje to do the same, only for Gaethje to eventually retaliate, get one back of his own, and he lands a heavy jab on Khabib. This actually gets a huge reaction out of him, and I'm honestly going to have to say that this was a heavy attack, one of the hardest shots Khabib has ever been hit with in his career. It's much better to look at this in real time, so I recommend you guys go watch the fight, go to 1 minute and 21 seconds of that first round, and you'll see the impact of the blow, how much impact that jab causes. And this blow also throws off Khabib's leg kick, not allowing it to generate as much impact. Leg kick from Gaethje again blasts Khabib's stance to the side, and Khabib again is never wanting to back up away from him, so he takes the pain, advances forward, and lands another right straight. While putting on a little bit more pressure, Khabib intercepts Gaethje's right movement with 2 left hooks. And then we get to the moment everybody remembers, the famous right uppercut left hook combo that Gaethje landed on Khabib. When you look at some of the other replays of this sequence, you will see that the right uppercut lands on Khabib's right shoulder. It does not really connect, but the left hook definitely does. So the right hook does not land. The left hook clips Khabib as Khabib is trying to move away. Definitely a big shot. One of the biggest shots of the entire round. That you can see Gaethje puts everything into the punch. You can see it from his form, you can see from the leverage, and Khabib takes all of it on the chin. To this day, I still don't really understand how Khabib was able to take the punch fully to the head. He didn't have a guard up. He didn't roll with the punch. It was full force, and Khabib takes it like a champ, walks forward after that. Gaethje throws a left hook but connects behind the ear with his forearm. Then later able to land another big leg kick on Khabib. Another shot that knocks Khabib off of his balance. As Khabib later hunts him down and intercepts him with another jab and then another front kick. Only for him to get a little bit too heavy on his pressure, get too close to Gaethje, and gets caught by a huge left hook from Gaethje, man. Gets a reaction out of Khabib and actually throws off his pressure. This offset allows Gaethje to land another leg kick, all for Khabib to actually get his first takedown. He shoots in on the legs, gets Gaethje to the fence, able to advance the position, get on top of Gaethje's legs, wrap him around, all for him to eventually attack an armbar. Now remember, as we're judging the round, we do have to know that one of the most significant factors to show effective grappling is by someone attacking a submission. This armbar attempt from Khabib is absolutely significant on the round, and some of his major transitions also give him a lot of credit. Khabib lands one body shot in there as Gaethje lands a hammer fist of his own. The round ultimately ends with Khabib attempting the armbar. So by adding up all the total strikes and all the damage, we can clearly see that Khabib had the total output on his side, most of the light strikes, while on Gaethje's side, he vastly takes the heavy and medium shots. Most of the damage of the round was inflicted by Justin Gaethje. The leg kicks were a giant factor of the fight. Khabib checked none of them, and in fact turned his leg away from most of the leg kicks, which actually created more damage and caused him to get out of his stance so many times. And even the punches from Gaethje were generally having more impact. Khabib even acknowledged after the fight that he's never been hit by anybody as hard as Justin Gaethje hit him, and the evidence shows it, man. But when we combine the takedown, the transition, and the armbar from Khabib, it makes judging this round extremely difficult, because even though Gaethje had the higher impact, he never came close to finishing Khabib or put him in a very bad position in the fight. He never rocked him badly, he never knocked him down or anything like that. Gaethje almost got caught in by a full armbar. So the closest fighter to actually get to a finish in the fight was Khabib. Khabib's armbar was more effective than anything Gaethje did in that round. While also putting together the light strikes, he had a good amount of medium strikes and one heavy attack. The damage on the feet wasn't extreme when you look at every single shot that landed, and by the judging criteria, it's on a supremacy basis. The most damaging or effective thing in the round, according to effective grappling and effective striking, is going to trump everything else, which means, according to the judging criteria, because the armbar was the most effective thing that happened in that round, you gotta give the round to Khabib. It's very close. In my opinion, if I were to make the rules, I probably would have looked at this round as some sort of draw. It was way too close to really call, but if we look at it the most accurate way and go by how the judging criteria is written out, you would have to probably give this to Khabib. So that goes to show you, Khabib should have lost only one round in his MMA career. That was the third round of Conor McGregor, which means that Conor did better than anybody else against Khabib when you look at specific rounds. And hopefully that clarifies the debate about what rounds Khabib has lost. I know a lot of people are going to be bringing up what happened with Gaethje and Tjay though. I already broke that fight down. Khabib won every single round. Each round was pretty close, but it was kind of obvious. Offense is going to favor you on the scoring. Defense really isn't. Gaethje and Tjay, yes, he defended most of the stuff that Khabib did, but at the end of the day, Khabib won because he was at least being offensive. So I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown, and if you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe. Leave in the comments below, what do you guys think about these rounds with Khabib and how the judging criteria is really sorted out? And I'll see you guys in the next video.